Alright, so what's up you guys? Today we're going to be talking about the future of the Mac Mini. Now see, we have the M2 Mac Mini, which is at an awesome price of $600. Probably one of the best products that Apple offers today. And especially with that student discount, you can get $100 off, and so it ends up being a $500 mini PC. Well, so today we're going to be talking about the M4 Mac Mini. And so what's so special about the M4 Mac Mini? Well, there's a lot of things, and one of them being that the M4 is probably one of Apple's first artificial intelligence chips. It's basically built off that artificial intelligence neural engine. So let's talk about it. So the M4 chip, according to Apple, so obviously we saw the M3 chip, and I have no idea what device it's in because Apple's moving very fast in these M series chips. But normally Apple is used to updating a device every 2 years, and so this is a great time for Apple to offer a M4 chip. And so first of all, the M4 chip was introduced in the 2024 iPad Pro. During that whole event, Apple introduced that it would be 50% faster than the M2 chip in the CPU, 4 times faster the render capability. And so what this means is that it will have a better time doing ray tracing, which I don't know if you're gaming on a Mac or what you're doing that uses ray tracing. Some editing platforms do use ray tracing, so I can see how it's necessary to have that. But so yes, 4 times faster render capabilities, as well as it will have a 10-core CPU and that 10-core GPU. Now they do have a 9-core CPU version, but I think they're going to save that one for the iPad Pro. Just because, I mean, where do you need 9? Anyway, so yeah. But anyway, as I said before, the M4 chip is basically an AI powerhouse. It's ran off a 3-nanometer process, which is super efficient, especially for a computer chip that's just running inside this little tiny box. And so let's talk about the design. So Apple hasn't changed the design of the Mac Mini since 2010 when they launched I don't even know what Mac Mini they launched, but so basically in 2010 Apple's stuck with the same design, the flat design, and they've stuck with the same size. Well, according to some analysts, they think that the Mac Mini will be a little bit smaller, especially slimmer when it comes to how it looks. According to some sources, it says that it's supposed to be a little bit taller than the current one, but the length and the width of it is supposed to be shorter, and it's supposed to kind of give you an idea and look like an Apple TV box. And what they're calling this will be the first time Apple has made this small of a device. And I think Apple's moving toward that area because, I mean, we saw the M4 iPad Pro. I mean, that thing was thinner than an iPod. Well, so basically they're taking the M4 chip, and because it's efficient enough, they can put cooling in it, but they don't have to put as much, I guess you could say, cooling, or they could put more hardware in a smaller form factor. And so that's what I'm seeing here. And so what we could see is 3 USB-C ports as well as 1 HDMI and a power cord. Just so to be clear about what kind of hardware we could see for this Mac Mini. Now, I will say that Apple's moving very fast in the M series chips, and so it's kind of weird seeing the whole M2, M3, M4. Like, I don't even know where the M3 is in the lineup. Like, I think it's in a MacBook Air. I think that's what the M3 is in. It's either in the iPad Air or the MacBook Air. I don't know. Let me down below in the comments where the M3 chip stands in this whole thing. Obviously, with the Mac Mini, we will have the M4 and we will have an M4 Pro. We don't know any specifications of the M4 Pro yet because we don't have I guess you could say a CAD or a leak model of it because Apple hasn't really confirmed the M4 Pro chip. I just think that because in the current Mac Mini, we have the M2 and the M2 Pro. So we could expect that M4 Pro and the M4. So, let's talk about the amount of RAM. So this is the first time that Apple has said, you know what, we're going to put 16 gigabytes in the starter RAM. So you don't have to upgrade it. No, this thing will come right out of the box with 16 gigabytes of RAM. And it'll also come with, it'll probably go up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. So it'll probably go 16, 26, 32, or maybe just 16, 32. And then it'll probably have about 256 to about a terabyte of storage, maybe 2 terabytes. So I love to see it. I love to see Apple saying we're going to get rid of the whole 8 gigabytes of RAM. To be honest, this is actually just because Apple Intelligence is kind of required to have 8 gigabytes of RAM for it to run smoothly. So I totally understand this, and I'm totally on the heck yeah, it's about damn time that Apple puts 16 gigabytes of RAM in their base model. So yeah, I love to see it. I love to see Apple do some stuff like that. And why am I saying this? How do we know this? Well, it's because some developers read the update logs, and whenever they read the logs, it kind of gives them an idea of what they're seeing on the other end of what computer they're using in these update logs and things like that. And so that is why we've been seeing 16 and 32 gigabytes of RAM in this process. So, as you read the title, when can we expect this product? Well, the release date is uncertain, but we normally see the Macs come out either at DubDub or we see them come out in October or November. I mean, we saw the last Apple event. Apple finally said good evening instead of good morning. So, I guess you could say that we could see this in October or November, whether that's the third week of October or the first week of November. That's when Apple normally puts out their new Macs and maybe a couple iPads. Now, I think that it's time for Apple to update the Mac Mini because it's been 2 years since the Mac Mini has been updated. The last time it was updated was January 2023, and it got the M2 chip. So I think they totally could upgrade it, especially because they're pushing the whole Apple Intelligence. This thing is a powerhouse in AI. So I totally think that, and I totally want to see that. Anyway, I just got the confirmation date of when the iPhone event is. It's called, I guess it's Glow Time. In the View article, I saw Siri. It looked like Siri, and it also kind of focused a little bit on Apple Intelligence. We could see that. We could also we'll see the new Apple Watch X with a thinner design. Won't be as substantial probably as the Series 9 chip upgrade, but it'll still be cool. And we could see some AirPods 4. The AirPods 4 could have ANC or noise cancellation, just like the AirPods Pro, but sort of kind of at a cheaper price. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this whole Apple Mac Mini situation. I think it's super cool that Apple's finally upgrading it. One, to 16 gigabytes of RAM as the default option. I think that Apple's been needing to do that ever since this whole thing started, especially because it literally cost $150 to upgrade your RAM to another 8 gigs. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing, and be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the last video, be sure to make a comment down below. Yo, I watched you on Instagram, or I saw you in the last video. Great job, man. But anyway, share this to a friend if it helped you in any way. And I guess click one of these videos that's going to be best recommended to you, because that's how YouTube knows that my content is actually worth it. So yeah. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.